Welcome back to Falcons franchise. We're 11-3 coming off a very close game against the Tampa Bay Bucks, 24-21. Still rocking with backup quarterback Jake Meeks. However, only for this week. Trey Lance is nearly ready to come back from his torn labrum. It's just going to be one more week. So all we have to do is get through this game, and then we'll have a tune-up game or two before the playoffs. We are obviously in the playoffs. We are locked in at this point. You win 11 games, you're getting in. We are the 1 seed. Still trying to hold on to that 1 seed, though. The Eagles are hot on our tail, and we need to just continue to win. It's been difficult with the backup quarterback, but we, continue to find ways. The Eagles also have 11 wins, but I guess we have the tiebreaker for some reason, so we really can't afford to drop any games. Gonna keep trying to do what we can. And against the Jets, they're 7-7, and their overall really doesn't appear to be that bad. When you check out the actual team, they still have Aaron Rodgers, 41 years old. Superstar X Factor is only an 83 overall, but accuracy is still pretty good. His throw in the run and throw under pressure, everything's still pretty good. He looks good. It's just accuracy maybe not quite what it used to be. I'm sure it won't be a problem today. Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook is actually still good, and an X Factor. We'll see how much he plays today. Garrett Wilson, Mecole Hardman. It's so funny. He didn't even end up really staying on the Jets. Went back to the Chiefs, and Chiefs maybe wish he didn't. He's been brutally bad. But Trey Benford could be somebody to watch out for. Second-year receiver out of Penn State. Only a 78 overall, but 99 spectacular catch. Covering him in the red zone could be an issue. All in all, though, it is a very, very talented team. Got a good receiving core, good quarterback, offensive line, maybe not even too bad. They brought in Darren Waller, and we know their defense is going to be formidable. Julian Love on the team as well. Guess he was not in Seattle for too long, but let's go ahead and do training, upgrade some of our players, and then hop in and try to win game number 12. Upgrades for a lot of players that don't really play yet. Now, maybe a guy like Trent Jackson will eventually see the field, although I find it a little unlikely. He does have 86 strength and 81 finesse moves. That's pretty awesome, because he's not well-rounded enough to be a guy that sees the field more than maybe a snap or two a game. And we don't really rotate interior defensive linemen that much here in Madden. I'd like to maybe get that rotation going a little bit more. But for right now, a lot of these guys won't play much of an impact. John Graves I also like, but he's just not good enough to play any type of meaningful time at this moment. So this is going to be the last start today, hopefully, for Jake Meeks. Let's make it a good one. And let's pop in here and play the Jets. Home field advantage, AFC versus NFC. I think this is our first time seeing Aaron Rodgers in this series. That may not be true. We're a few seasons deep at this point. It's possible we saw him early on, and I don't remember. I'm kind of surprised to see him in the NFL still, to be honest. He's 41 years old here in Madden. And most of the time, he just retires after a season or two. So the fact that he's still around is not bewildering, but it's a welcome surprise. Should make this game a little bit more fun than playing whoever the Jets' backup quarterback would happen to be at this time. Maybe it's him, number 9. Don't know who that is. And there's Robert Saleh. I'm kind of surprised the Jets didn't fire him, to be honest. He's had a decent run with the Jets time-wise, and they haven't really had much success. I get that, Zach Wilson was a flop of a pick, and you can't control an Aaron Rodgers injury. I think the fact that their defense has been good and he's a defensive coach is the only thing getting him another year. If the Jets have another bad season, I feel like he's going to get fired. I'm not saying he should or he shouldn't, by the way. Just saying I feel like that's probably going to happen. Because remember, he was the 49ers defensive coordinator who was great and then got the head coaching job. That was not a recent development. In fact, the 49ers defensive coordinator, DeMeco Ryans, has already been a head coach now for a season. It's been a decent amount of time since Robert Saleh got this head coaching job. 2020, maybe? Something in that range. So, how many more seasons can he get? Well, with more Garrett Wilson handoffs, maybe not too many. He became the head coach in 2021. Again, I'm not advocating for him to be fired. Certainly not. But 3 seasons, all bad. You think 4 bad seasons probably gets him fired. I don't know. Just my expectation. Again, I'm not saying that I think it should happen. The fact that the Jets have been like good at all, it's really on their defense, and you probably would attribute a lot of that to Salah. As they're just going to run wheels all day, is that what's going to happen? Okay. Well, I don't know how we defend against that. We'll figure it out. 2nd and 3. Finally going to run the ball. No, working off play action. Throw over the middle in front of AJ Terrell and caught. Rodgers and the Jets are dealing right now. Moving the ball really, really easily down the field. And he is already in the zone as a result. Going to go out of empty again. Been a tough offense to stop here early on. Throw to the flat. They might actually lose a couple yards here, and they do. Take that. Is 2nd and 13 the time they decide to run? It's an outside run, and Dylan Stanley kind of caught up there. Breece Hall's too fast, and it's a touchdown. That's 90 speed for Dylan Stanley. It seemed incredibly slow. I don't know. Outside run. Maybe he got tripped up because Jesse Bates got absolutely pancaked. Unbelievable. Well, Jets have already found the end zone. Our defense gave little to no resistance at all. Our offense is going to have to play well today. And here comes Jake Meeks. He's had a decent start to his career. 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions this year, over 600 yards passing. Again, I'm hoping this is his last start, ideally. But, you know, it is what it is. He's done a good job. I'd like to go out on top and see if we can keep rocking with him. They're going to double team Drake London. It's got to leave somebody else open. Neil Madsen down the field. This still could be zone. So I don't think we can fully commit to just taking a one-on-one shot down the field. Let's see if somebody goes over to help. They do. We're going to go out to Bijan Robinson again. And you know what? The Jets show that they want to throw to the running back consistently. We can do the same thing. We can do the same thing if we want to. Bijan Robinson with his 2nd catch on Meek's 2nd attempt. Still yet to run the football. And I like this mesh concept, so we're going to keep it. There's Kyle Pitts wide open. Plenty of room to work after the catch, and Kyle Pitts has it inside the 30 as we enter the green zone against Gang Green. Easy throws and easy catches so far. I think we're finally going to try running the football. It's been our main method of moving the football these past couple of weeks. Bijan really has been a huge help to this offense, but the Jets' run defense could be a problem today. Bijan stopped for just a gain of 1 there. It's going to be 2nd down and long. Probably will opt to throw the ball here. Although I don't hate the look of a run here, just based on the way their defense looks. Looks like inside zone. We could just follow off the hip of the left guard. Take that clean, free for a nice gain. But we'll try passing it. It's a good route from Drummond. And an unreal play by the defensive back, Lawrence. Dude, it's so funny how these auto-generated rookies in the draft look like such bumbling idiots on the field. He's got a helmet that nobody wears in the NFL at all. He's got long sleeves. Looks absolutely ridiculous. Might get on the move here with Meeks. Plenty of room to run, and there goes Jake Meeks. Meeks fumbled, but out of bounds. Down at the 3 after a long scramble. And Jake Meeks making it happen early. Through the air and on the ground. Ball came out late, but that's why you run towards the sideline, so that when you do cough up the football, you don't actually lose it. Certainly don't want to lose it into the end zone for a touchback, as the Jets are going to bring a lot onto the defensive line. We could win very quickly with the slant here, or Bijan Robinson gets wide open. Pressure got in there, couldn't find anybody. 2nd and goal. Moving up the middle, sacked again. Gotta stop doing that. Or sacked for the first time, I should say. 3rd and goal. This drive is not looking good so far, or the end of it at least. Maybe somebody gets open. Bijan, throw to him, work up the field, touchdown. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. 3 catches for Bijan Robinson on this drive. And eventually finds the end zone. Gotta love it. That was a tough one. You know, sometimes it gets really tough to score in the red zone because if they bring in a bunch of guys on the line of scrimmage and you can't run the ball, well, then you have man coverage, and if your guys don't beat the man coverage or pressure gets in quickly enough, you're not going to be able to find anybody. But also what happens in the low red zone is things get really condensed. It's really difficult to throw the ball because there's so many bodies in such a condensed area there's no space to work. And thankfully, Bijan gets open enough. Meeks is able to hit him, and we're able to turn up field and find the end zone. It's 7-7. Seems like it's going to be a good game today. Exciting first quarter. Touchdown for both sides. And I need our defense to do something because it was way too easy for the Jets. Need to make it a little bit more difficult on Aaron Rodgers. This is a guy that you kind of are a little bit scared of blitzing because some of these elite quarterbacks against the blitz, they get the football out so quickly. Guess what? They're going to dominate you. Because what blitzing does, if you don't get there in time, or if the quarterback's quick enough, it just creates a ton of open space on the field. Need guys to be able to cover up that space quickly. Deshaun Humphreys, D-Hump, does a good job of it there. Gets the pass breakup. And again, we're going to see the Jets out of the gun. Worked really well in that first possession. See how it does here on this second. But you see how quickly the ball comes out. You can't defend that. Jets living out of the gun here. Throw over the middle and incomplete. Aaron Rodgers had Breece Hall there. Could not hit him, though. And that's what we needed. A 3 and out. The Jets will punt. Couldn't have done that much better. Now, that would have been a catch with an accurate ball, no question. But we're going to take the win while we can get it. Not going to complain. It's so tough sometimes because when you're on that middle linebacker and you're kind of responsible for the entire middle of the field there, it's so easy for them to throw behind you. But if you back up so far and try to play in front of you, well, or if you try to like give them open space in front of you, there's run after catch opportunities that can just, again, crush you. So it's almost like you're giving up a first down with a good throw either way. Thankfully, bad throw. And, oh no. We get sacked. All right, let's just stop yapping for a second and reset. Try to move the football. Both 79 yards of offense. I don't mind a deep shot here. 2nd and 20. I'm thinking maybe Drake London. They do help to that side. Let's go to Quentin Drummond. Get in front of it. It's nearly intercepted. We needed to do the L2 passing and throw that shallow because there was open space. Ball was just not where it needed to be, obviously. Here's 3rd and 20. And we might actually be able to convert this. We're going to find Neil Madsen. Look at the speed from Madsen. He's going to run past everybody. Neil Madsen, touchdown. 76 yards for the explosive tight end. Oh, my goodness. Again, you always expect it to be Kyle Pitts, but then Neil Madsen steps up, and he's played as well as anybody. When you look at long plays down the field this season, I don't know that anyone has more than Neil Madsen. He has been a game-breaking second tight end because he has game-breaking speed for a tight end. He really is an awesome player again. A lot of people hated on this draft pick. We took him in the 2nd round. They go, you already have Kyle Pitts. It's another guy to not throw the ball to Kyle Pitts for, but for good reason. Kyle Pitts, great distraction. I know he's so good, and we do get him the football sometimes. But Neil Madsen has been a guy that we can lean on because he gets the worst defenders covering him. It's been great. Taking a deep shot. A.J. Terrell cooked. Where's Javon Holland? Aaron Rodgers goes way down the field and finds a speedy McCall Hardman for a big gain. A.J. Terrell was in man coverage, and Javon Holland was not nearly deep enough. It's a monster gain for the Jets defense as somebody gets over the top. Hasn't happened very often this year, but you saw it happen there. Throw over the middle, and good enough defense from Terrell that time. That's going to be a touchdown probably. Yep. Breece Hall runs through Jesse Bates. Javon Holland didn't really do anything, and the Jets answer instantly. Yeah, they're going to be a tough team today. That's for sure, but we do have the advantage. Jets got the football first. And we got to stop, and we have not been stopped yet. So as long as we can, 8 minutes left in the half. Kind of a tough time to just chew all of that clock up. We could try, but I kind of doubt it's going to be possible. Instead, I think we should try and score fast. Jets get another possession, and then we get a possession to end the first half. I think that would be good, and then, of course, we get the football to start half number 2. It can really extend our lead. There are the numbers for Kyle Pitts. I know he never gets the football. 50 catches for almost 800 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's a pretty good season, but I know everyone wants him to get the football more. Not going to force it. If it happens, it happens, you know, but, you know, try to spread it around. Jake Meeks is dealing right now. Easy throws for the most part, but he's making it happen. Speaking of which, seen the 49ers? Look pretty good. Could be the favorite out of the NFC. In fact, I would guess that they are. As Meek's going to try and stretch the field for Quentin Drummond. And there's Drummond for another big gain. Our offense is cooking right now. Although I will say, Meeks has a little bit more arm talent than some other guys. As Kyle Pitts going to be found. Big block from Drake London. But can't really continue that momentum up with Kyle Pitts. Should have been more. Should have been more there. Screwed that up a little bit. But we got a very vertical passing attack so far. It's been extremely successful. Jets really don't have much of an answer for it. I would like to run the football, but their front seven's pretty good. 3rd and goal. Get it to Madsen. Yes! Laser! Incomplete! No! A second late for Meeks maybe, but you can't throw that ball earlier because the DB was kind of rotating down. Oh my goodness, I think that's the right place to go with the ball. Maybe Bijan ends up being open as well. But you can see how this DB comes over. And Madsen just has a little bit of space. And they're going to say incomplete. That left foot came down out of bounds. I don't even know if he got the right down. Gonna have to settle for 3. Oh, man. Missed opportunity, but just is what it is. I don't think we really did anything wrong. Just didn't do it right enough. Need Neil Madsen to be a little bit more aware of where that sideline is. Try to get those feet down a bit earlier. 5 minutes to play. I think that's probably less than one drive. Or more, excuse me, more time than one drive would take. I think a drive would be less time, leaving time on the clock, is what I mean. So, should get the football again. And I'd love a 3 and out. We really still can't run the ball. I'm probably not going to stop trying. But it's getting a little bit frustrating so far. Throw over the middle. You just can't defend that. Why would we switch on to Holland there? Oh, jeez. Oh, down goes Aaron Rodgers. It's Dylan Stanley up the middle. Gotta love that. Maybe putting more pressure on Rodgers is the way to go. I'm really worried about bringing our safeties up, although the undrafted rookie free agent Johnston is into the game. George Johnston. Oh, no. Horrific tackling on the back end. That's where having safeties might help. Well, we blitzed them, and we didn't get there in time. Rodgers got the football out quickly. Darren Waller catches it, breaks a couple tackles. Horrific tackling. Just awful. I don't really know what else to say about that. Because the coverage wasn't so bad. Okuda's right there, but couldn't wrap up. And then 29, Jason Carrington. Not even me. CPU rookie. Runs right by him. 21-17, Jets on top. That went downhill pretty quickly. What happens when you don't score a touchdown? 4 plays, 74 yards, under 2 minutes to do it. I told you this Jets team could cause us some problems. You know, some of these quarterbacks are just so good, and Aaron Rodgers has played very well so far today. We're going to try running the football. 3.5 minutes to work with. Oh, we got lanes there. There goes Bijan Robinson. Get out of the way, Drake! Come on now. We got mesh with 2 streaks and then a wheel. If we have time, something's going to be open. It's Bijan Robinson down the field again. Bijan might be at 100 yards already. Or close to it. And he might really be at 60, but an incredible start to this game. Yes, 59 yards. 60 wasn't a bad guess. I did say 100 to start, but I knew that was not true. All right, let's run the ball. Decent blocks. Algier. We'll take that. Brings us the 2-minute warning. Down by 4, but knocking on the door. Madsen, wide open, touchdown. Wow, we scored quickly. Madsen looked like he was going to be wide open, and then all of a sudden, not wide open. We threw it kind of anyway, and thankfully the DBs were just too locked in on their assignments, and Madsen finds the end zone for the 2nd time today. I mean, he was just so fast across the field there. He almost ran into coverage, but the DBs were too focused on Bijan. So he's been a focal point today. Lets Madsen kind of sneak right through, and a great ball as well. man coverage, and thankfully they stuck to their man, didn't focus on the tight end Madsen, and we retake the lead in under a minute and a half. 4 plays, all it took. But the Jets, of course, they can score easily just as quickly from what we've seen. 3rd and 7, a minute and a half to play. Wide open was Breece Hall. Thankfully, Dylan Stanley gets to A-Rod again. Flying up the middle. That's where that speed comes in handy. We're going to call a timeout, get the football back, and extend the lead before the half. The running back out on a wheel today has been an issue already. Could have been an issue there. Thankfully, Stanley got to him in time. But that is just a really, really tough route to cover. He gets out there so quickly. It's almost a guaranteed 10 yards. Because if you play it underneath, he burns you, and then he's gone for a touchdown. But if you play it to a point where you can make the tackle, it's an easy 10 yards, like I said. So, very, very tough thing. All right, let's go hurry up here. Meeks, 11 for 15, nearly 250 yards throwing in this first half. I mean, this is going out with a bang. Excited to get Trey Lance back in there, but he's dealing right now. Call a timeout. That was too conservative, probably. Get it to Kyle Pitts. Is that a mistake? Not when you have Kyle Pitts, it's not. He goes up and he gets it. Huge catch. Oh, and he didn't get out of bounds. Why did the clock look like it stopped? I don't think I would have called a timeout there anyway, but now we only have 15 seconds. It's maybe like a shot or two at the end zone. Might be all we need, though. Pitts can't reel it in. Never mind. This is a touchdown with time. Give me time to throw. Bijan on the run. Touchdown. I thought that was going away a little bit, but Bijan tracks it down. 4th passing touchdown of the half for Jake Meeks. Bijan with his 2nd receiving touchdown. That's 2 for Madsen, 2 for Robinson. And our offense seems unstoppable right now. Great extension from Bijan to make that catch. Meeks was under pressure and on the run. Not an easy throw, but he got it done with basically no time to spare. Going to be 31-21 to end the first half. And we get the football. Let's put this game away in the 3rd quarter. Here we go. Up by 10. Football back. Again, let's extend this lead. We make it 38-21. I feel like the game, not over, right? But certainly not over. Quentin Drummond fumbles on the kickoff. Jets have it. Oh, these getting like nobody can fucking do anything right, dude. You're benched. Goodbye. He's still gonna play receiver, but he's not returning kicks. This one, nope. Give me Shaheed. Thank you. Touchdown. I'm gonna scream, dude. Hardman again kills us. Just too fast. We don't have the speed to match that, unfortunately. You look at our DBs, no one is that fast. Terrell's really good, but not that fast. Speed kills. Killed AJ Terrell. Jesse Bates can't run like that, or tackle, apparently. Javon Holland can't run like that. Jason Carrington might be our fastest corner, but coverage isn't great. Still a rookie. 3-point ball game. Unbelievable. Oh my God. Bijan's out. Look at Robinson go. Oh, stay up, Bijan. That was incredible. Caught me by surprise. I wasn't even talking. And then Bijan had ideas of his own, broke a tackle, exploded out into the open field, and he is in the zone. Love it here in this second half. Put the game away on the ground. Bijan's capable of doing that. Look at the speed from Robinson. Broken tackle. Knocked out of bounds at the 37. Working play action. Wide open over the middle is Quentin Drummond. Make up for your mistake, please. Working play action. Let's get it to Robinson. How do you not break through that tackle? You're in the zone. Fight him off. Run up the middle. Robinson looking for touchdown number 3. Can't find it on the ground. Might be better off throwing it to him, but 3rd and goal on the 1. Bijan in the zone is getting pulled from the game for Tyler Algier. I don't like this play call at all. At all. All right, we're going to get sacked here probably. We got to cancel this play action. Throw it quickly. Can't find Pitts. 4th down. Bijan back in the game. We are going for it. Fighting up the middle. Everyone knows the play call. Can you stop it? Answer, no. Touchdown Robinson again. Putting the team on his back. Although, Jake Meeks has been absolutely incredible today. Got to give credit where credit's due. His last start has been his best start. Some of you will be campaigning for Meeks to be the full-time starter. It's Trey Lance, ladies and gentlemen. It's Trey Lance. Rodgers saw something he liked, flipped, or maybe didn't like, flipped the formation, and it's going to be successful. Darren Waller over the middle. He's also crushed it today. Our pass defense has been non-existent. How do we beat Aaron Rodgers? Been tough. It's not over pursuing your rush lane, that's for sure. Or, well, didn't run fit correctly. Breece Hall's killing me, man. I mean, everybody. He has 5 rushes for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. If we try to get to the outside, he cuts back, touchdown, basically. If we stay inside, he gets to the outside, touchdown, basically. Fullback dive, touchdown. God, dude. What do we do against this? Just score more points, I guess, because our defense is not doing anything. I'm sure I'm a big part of the problem, but I am, so I can't change that. 2nd and 6. Oh, decent blocks, okay. Turning it around on the ground. Bijan averaging over 7 per carry. It was not that early on. Pretty good run. Pretty good. Kyle Pitts also in the zone. It's a good route and an even better throw. Jake Meeks is letting it all go today. Down to the 1 goes Drummond. His 4th catch over 100 yards receiving. 1st and goal from the 1. Bijan Robinson, plenty of speed, and another touchdown for Robinson. Hook him. Gotta throw him up every now and again. What a run from Bijan. How did he even do that? Yeah, blocking was amazing. They obviously put everybody inside. Look at Kyle Pitts, by the way. Really letting that all happen. Robinson probably scores anyway, but everyone did their job. We got a 10-point lead for a reason. Dislocated elbow for Deshaun Humphreys. That's a big-time injury. That really is. Now, we're going to bring in Troy Anderson as a backup, but we're also not. It's going to mostly be the rookie out of Tennessee, Jose Carrington, of course, brother of Jason. But Troy Anderson will also see the field. But, you know, Jose Carrington does have superstar development. Should be playing a lot. Just Dylan Stanley is kind of a better fit as an inside linebacker, so it's been mostly Deshaun Humphreys and Troy Stanley when we go with 2 linebackers. But now Jose Carrington going to have to play a lot more. That is a big-time loss, losing Deshaun Humphreys. And that could be, again, a significant injury. Jose Carrington going to have to step up in a big way. Jets trying to break this down to a 1-possession game. And they're going to be able to do it easily. I mean, Waller's open every play, and he breaks a tackle after every catch. 5 catches, 79 yards. I'd be surprised if he didn't have 100 by the time this game's over. Throw over the middle. They keep switching me on to who I'm not expecting, but it would have been the probable same result anyway. Hardman down to the 2. Man isn't working. Zone isn't working. Tell me that's a false start at least. Nobody jumped into the neutral zone. Yeah, back him up. 2nd and goal from the 2. Touchdown, Breece Hall. High-scoring game, that's for sure. God, our defense, dude. 2nd and 9. Bijan with a block and then a release. Pitts wide open. Get up, Kyle. Get up. Needed a better throw, but Meeks is almost at 400 yards passing. Over 500 total yards in this game. I mean, offense is as good as it's ever been. Pitts over 100 yards receiving. Good block. Look at Robinson. Juke. There goes Bijan. 1 man to beat. Robinson to the end zone. Touchdown. Got it. How many touchdowns is that for Bijan? 5? I think it's at least 5. No, it's at least 4. I think it's 5 though. I think it's 5. I think 2 on the ground or 3 on the ground, 2 receiving. Maybe it's at least 4. Bijan 3 rushing touchdowns, 2 receiving. It's been pretty good today. 3rd and 2 for the Jets, approaching midfield. Throw over the get your hands up, Stanley, please. Flat Stanley over here. Can't move. Oh, my God. Dylan Stanley, just please. Mecole Hardman has 180 yards receiving. Under pressure, Rodgers, broken sack. Can anybody do anything right? Not me. Sick angle, idiot. God. I'm getting flustered. I can't take the incompetence of this team. And I don't help things, unfortunately. Rodgers scrambling. Throws it away. Probably should take the points here. That's what they're going to do. Makes it a 1-possession game. Although, if you allow us to score, you know, you're screwed. So, they're counting on their defense to get a stop, which they haven't done. So, good luck. Oh my God, Bijan, are you joking? 89 yards. Bijan Robinson, touchdown. Dagger, it's over. Oh my goodness. Was it 79 yards? Was it the 21 or was it? I might have screwed that. It might have been 71. I thought we were on the 11. And then I realized, I don't know if we were on the 11. I think 79 yards. I think we were on the 21. I think we were on the 21. That might be my bad. I see a game log here. Scoring summary. Okay, let's scroll down here. 79 yards. We were on the 21. Well, butchered that call. At least I realized. Instantly, I go, I don't know if we were on the 11-yard line. I don't know if we were, and we weren't. 3rd and 4. 4 down territory, obviously, for the Jets, and they know that. It'll be 4th and 1. Could be the final snap before the 2-minute warning. I hope that it's not, because that means we stop them, get to the quarterback. Somebody's got to get to Rodgers. Rodgers down the field. Terrell! What is happening? How do you not step in front of that? I don't get it. I really don't get it. He's right there. How do I switch on, hold down, press Y, and not get an interception? Why did he go around the back? Why is he going around the back? That's the dumbest shit ever. And you can see that I'm angling down, and then when I hold Y, he's like, oh shit, I'm gonna pretend like Darren Waller's not even there. This shit is so stupid. Why would he go around the back? There's a receiver there. That's the dumbest thing, is when you try to do that, the game oftentimes acts like the receiver doesn't exist. And you get animations like the receiver's not there. They are there. That's not my fault. That's the game is bad. That's an interception off the board. Should have been a pick easily. Easily. Minute and a half to go. Jets on the 6-yard line. Finally, a drop from Waller. Rodgers has almost 500 yards passing. You guys have seen it. It hasn't been great for us today defensively. Thankfully, our offense has been unbelievable. Rodgers is going to change things up. We can pass commit safely. Rodgers on the move. Somebody get after him. Touchdown, Darren Waller. I'm going to, again, explain why this frustrates me, hopefully with less profanity this time around. Rodgers has forever to throw because we can't win any one-on-one matchup. He rolls out of the pocket. I hit R3 to send somebody after him. I don't need 2 guys going after him. You are playing coverage on Darren Waller. Jeff Okudah, fine. Why in the world would Jose Carrington run after Rodgers here? Why would that ever happen? Why? It doesn't make any sense. Jets going for an onside kick. Let's see how we screw this one up. Covered by Preston Williams. Go down. I did not mean to spin. All right. Jets have 3 timeouts. First down ends the game. That's all we need. First down. Robinson's been on another level this game. And it really mostly has been in the second half. That's it. There it is. Bijan ends it. All right. Holding stops the clock. Saves the Jets a timeout. Although, you probably decline that, right? Because this gives us an extra down to run, the clock down. You have one timeout. If you get a stop on third down, you're forcing a field goal try or a punt, and it's a deep field goal. I guess this way it backs us up, but I think this actually ends the game. Because now it's 3rd and 12, and we can just run the clock down. Mostly. Although, I guess you get a free timeout anyway. I don't know. I just feel like the other way gives you more time to work with. Maybe I'm wrong. And a timeout for Bijan. Great. All right, well, that gives him a free timeout. Okay. Unbelievable. And our star running back's hurt. So, 4th and 11. Try a kick with Young Wei Koo. Maybe a lot of people don't get what I'm saying with taking it on 3rd down. I guess I didn't realize that Young Wei Koo could drill from 60 yards. Bang, game over. So, yeah, I guess you would have to accept it. You get a free timeout, but it gives you another down again. Foot sprain for Bijan. He's fine. He's done for the game. We won't see him again. Jets will have a minute to score twice. Good luck. No timeouts. They're going to need it. Rodgers keeps scrambling, to the game being over. What is the penalty?
Neutral zone infraction.
They're saying I was in the neutral zone with Dylan Stanley? Because I'm inclined to... No, it's Miles Terry. Why are you even on the field? I'll call a timeout, get my good players in, and there's another flag. There's not, and it was a bug with the timeout. I don't know. 11 seconds left. Rodgers is going to try to scramble again. And a throwaway. That's game. Rodgers to the end zone. Incomplete. Finally, this game is over. That was a nightmare. Obviously, it's fun to score a lot on offense. This defense was making me lose my mind. Nearly popped a blood vessel. I mean, that was unbelievable. 62-52 is your final in this Big 12 shootout. Unbelievable. The offensive numbers we put up were insane, but our defense was about as bad as you could ever imagine. Rodgers throws for 471 yards on 44 attempts, 3 touchdowns. Jake Meeks, 18 for 24, 384, and 4 touchdowns. Incredible, averaging 16 per attempt. Stupid. Rushing, Bijan, 19 for 228 and 4 touchdowns. I don't want to talk about the defense. Jake Meeks, 3 for 67, by the way. Wild game. Oh, my God. Aaron Waller had 174 and 2 touchdowns. Hardman, 182 and a touchdown. Let's just look at the Falcons, dude. 2 100-yard receivers. Bijan had 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns for Madsen. Nearly 100 yards receiving. Only 4 players even caught the football. 2 TFLs for Dylan Stanley, where here's 2 sacks. No picks, of course. Our defense did not show up. But that was one of the craziest games I've ever played in any series ever. I mean, how many points is this? It's ridiculous. Upgrades for Javon Holland. Like that tackle to be a little bit higher than 74. Grade that. Hopefully we get more than 1 tackle. It's just 1. Pursuit. Block shed. All right. It's better than it was. And then for Bijan Robinson, we have 1 choice. It's for receiving back. So we'll take it. Power back and elusive back maxed out. This, I feel like, was the best game of his career. Might not be the best overall numbers, but he looked unstoppable at times. Now, Bijan was just knocked out of the game, really. Deshaun Humphrey's not so lucky. Dislocated elbow. He's going to miss the rest of the regular season. But hopefully he should be back for the playoffs. Seems like he will be, especially if we get a first-round bye. But that's going to do it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Trey Lance is back, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.